Okay. Okay. Yeah, something went on with the mic. Every now and then the mic cuts out. I don't know what's going on with that. I have to restart the stream and like I have to actually close OBS and like restart it. Yeah, obviously I know I'm not like the best catch in the sea or whatever. I know I'm like not the most attractive individual. But I do have like talent and skills, and I think it's like what I need to like realize is that I haven't locked myself in to any kind of contract. I haven't locked myself into any kind of specific like thing. And even though in the short term, I guess the long term, but in the long term, things are really going to work out for me because I own 100% of myself. And if I start, increasing my ability to garner an audience, I will win big in the long run. Because what you don't understand is that I literally own 100% almost, I guess, depending on whatever. Sometimes I guess music that is, DMCA or whatever, but I'm not like glued to any like contract, any brands, any sponsors, anything like that. It makes me a completely free agent. That's and with somebody who is as like flexible as I am, when those opportunities start happening, like I'm gonna have to be really smart about things. But as long as I don't lock myself into something that is absolutely like terrible, hopefully I lock myself into things that are in my best interest. Like something that you don't care if you're locked into it. Like that's the idea, right? I don't really know. I'm just talking out my ass. But at the same time, I do feel like, seeing all the stuff happen with like VTubers like graduating and stuff like that makes you really lucky, even though I don't feel very lucky as a content creator, because I don't really consider myself to be a content creator at this time. I don't have that kind of audience. I don't really have those opportunities. I am a content creator, but like in a different medium, and it's like it's a whole different ball game. And like I was saying before the mic came off, like I'm in the MILF category, okay? Like I'm basically set for the next 40 years. Once I get things situated. I think 40 years is a good amount of time. Like I could probably continue my career for at least another 40 years. I would be 77 before I consider retiring. And then I could even consider going into the GILF category. Okay, so it's like, I have 40 years before I have like a 3-year period of reflection on whether or not I want to retire or not. You guys have no idea like how lucky I am, I guess, as far as that goes. I have like a gift that most people do not have, and it's hard to explain without like it's really hard to explain to people because they don't really get it. I don't really get it. But there's something about me that is very monetizable. Very monetizable. And it has nothing to do with my appearance. It has nothing to do with my gender or my gender expression or the clothes I wear or the way I talk or anything. It has nothing to do with any of those things. Like those things might be able to be augmented as time goes on with the proper coaching. However, like the thing that makes me money and why I am so confident is just something that is just like a part of my existence that will probably never go away. And it's just like, it's really hard to explain exactly what it is. And because it's not sex appeal. It's not like sexuality, like, because a lot of people can do that. but not everybody can do what I do. I have like this like strength that like I don't even know how to quantify it. Like it's something that will really, like, for the next 40 years of my career, take me above and beyond what's possible, or what I think is possible. And I need to hold on to that, because yeah, like, trends are gonna change, but like I am an evergreen category of content, which means that I don't have to change a goddamn thing about myself or my body, because what I'm doing already works. Do you understand? Like, it might not be like a millionaire, I might not be all glamorous, I might not be all like on the front page of Twitter or whatever. Maybe someday. We'll farm that when it comes. Don't worry. We know how to farm. That's what matters. I'm good. People might, you know, people who know are like, awesome, she gets it. But like, they're never gonna say it publicly, and they're never gonna acknowledge me. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I get it, and I don't even get it. If that makes sense. Like, I don't even get the full picture. I just know that there's something there that if I hold on to that, I will be set for life. Because I know how to farm. Like, there is no limit. Because it's like, I have my own boundaries, which I need to be careful about, because once you start breaking your own boundaries, then you have real problems. Once I start breaking my own boundaries, but my boundaries are pretty few and far between. I have some really big ones, but they're not really any different than what most people would have. Like, I don't allow certain type of people into my inner circle. There's certain types of people. But those people are generally like, those are people that like literally nobody would let into their circle. And maybe I'm one of those people to some people. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm trans, but I don't know, because like I kind of want to break that. I kind of want to break through that. Like, why do I have to inherently be political? Why can't I break? Well, you know, I want to do what all the haters, ironically, like all the people who want. It's just like, it's a messed up situation, because it's like, if I just try to exist as a woman, people are going to have a problem with me for whatever reason, and they're always going to like double down on the fact that like, oh, but you used to have a dick. That makes you, whatever that problem they have with me, they'll just use that as fuel to the fire. But honestly, it's no different than anything else. Like, if I had gone through a divorce, like let's say it's just like some dude YouTuber who like went through a bunch of divorces or something like that. People would always throw that, like any kind of problem. Like if this dude over there tried to do something, and then somebody said like, oh, well, of course he's going to do that because the guy's had 3 divorces, or like it's always something like that, right? Like, whatever thing people are going to use to justify their arguments against you, they will use. It's like, there needs to be like a set of like, not like a Rule 42, but like, or Rule 34, whatever you want to call it, or Rule 34. We should have like a list of like just innate like axioms of truth, of like internet existence. Like, if you're a content creator, there's going to be a list of things that are just going to happen, and it has nothing to do with you at all. It's just because you are on the internet creating content. And it's like, if you're a trans person, they get a whole other page. Or if you're black, you get a whole other page, or any like, there's a whole extra page. Regardless, everyone gets an extra page, even like dumb white people. If you're a dumb white person, you definitely get a separate page. See, everybody gets a page, but there's also the page that everybody gets, and then there's the page that each individual gets, whatever that might be. For me, it's because I'm female and because I'm a trans female. and because I'm white, and because I'm dumb. So I got like 4. Oh, because I do like sexual content. I got 5 pages of axioms. I'm set for life. I can farm that forever. You guys understand like what kind of situation I'm in? It might not look good right now. It might not look good right now, but wait until I start putting my hands up. You'll know I'm farming then. You'll know I'm farming. Don't worry, I'm biding my time. Biding my time. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter because my main lucrative form of content is completely evergreen. Like, totally evergreen. You have no idea. Or maybe you do. So evergreen. Literally do not have to change a thing about myself, and I'll be like able to make that content forever. And it's gonna get views, even if it kind of like, you know, goes up and down, whatever. I don't really care too much about that, because the only thing that matters is like I'm gonna keep striving for opportunities. I'm gonna keep looking to improve my content. I'm gonna keep, it's like as long as I trust that core principle in myself, the specifics won't matter so much. Like, yeah, right now it's I'm not in crunch time right now. I'm kind of in like a reparative state right now. Like I'm repairing myself. Like I've overcome like psychological trauma of going through body transformations. There is like a psychological change, even with like something like changing your face. But I changed my face and my genitals. Okay, so like Mangyukajing. Wait, I'm sorry, I can read Hangul, but I don't know Korean. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to translate that. But yeah, Korean speakers in the chat. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me translate that to make sure you're not like a troll. Yeah, what's up? I'm just talking about stuff that doesn't matter. I mean, what else is new on twitch.tv? Oh, you said, oh, sorry, I thought that was a M sound. You said annyeonghaseyo. You just said hello. Okay. Sorry. I read that completely wrong. I thought you said mangyong. I thought you said mangyong. I'm dumb. You said annyeong. Annyeonghaseyo. That means hello. Ni hao. Oh, I accidentally put it into Chinese. We need to go to English. Translate to English. Not to Polish.
Cześć.
Cześć. Cześć. So in Polish, it's cześć.
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 Goni. Oh, did you say konnichiwa? You're speaking. You're using Hangul to speak Japanese.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah, you said konnichiwa with Korean writing. I like you. You're like me when I was on the internet. I used to do that all the time. You're just like me. You're just like me. What's up? What's up? We're just talking out my ass. No, it's not that kind of stream today. No, there are things that I understand. I'm not delusional, but at the same time, I need to like consider myself to be lucky, because it's like I am like a blank canvas. Like, I am not locked down into any contracts. I have like so much blank slate within my character as a person, which I made almost as a one-to-one with who I am as a person. Obviously, I can't put 100%. Nobody should ever do that, no matter how wholesome you are. I think I'm a pretty wholesome person. Most people really like me. They just don't like me when I start getting upset. But I only get upset when it has to do with my current living situation, and it's about my dad. And if you're not my family, you can as soon as I get myself away from my family, I can trust that like there's literally like, unless you're an actual like problem person, like a stalker that like harasses me and stuff like that, like unless you're like that kind of person, there's like gonna be zero problems. And I think most people don't get that about me. Like, people don't get that. Like, I am actually like super easygoing, and in fact a little bit too easygoing. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this because I really don't like farming like real life stuff. ... But when I was in the psych ward, I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't like talking about other people. But let's just say they put me in a room with an individual who was literally screaming, and I was just sitting there like calm, and I'm like talking to this person like it's an actual conversation, and then eventually this person calmed down. Like, people who are yelling, they're in a state of heightened emotion. I understand that because I've been there. It doesn't mean that what they're saying is crazy. Sometimes it's actually legitimate. Like, this person is mad about Donald Trump. I understand that. I'm directly impacted by, I might not be able to, and this is more than Donald Trump. Donald Trump did not create transphobia. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're gonna put your anger against somebody, put it against like a whole slew of people. I don't feel safe leaving California. And this has nothing to do with Donald Trump, really. If I go to another state, like this is a massive movement of like anti-trans legislation. The fact that I won't be able to get a passport and leave the country without it saying male on it. Do you understand like how demeaning that is, and how like you like show up and you show someone your passport and it says a gender that does not match anything about you? It's gonna make confusion, because then people are gonna say, like, they're gonna think that I'm like, oh, you're a female to male trans person. And then like, imagine if you're in a different country and you have to go to the hospital, and then they think that I'm like the opposite kind of trans, but they see my genitals, but then they see my surgical history. It just creates so much confusion. But like, if you just say, hey, like, I'm a, if you talk to a medical doctor, like if the medical field actually understood like the whole like slew of like what, there needs to be a lot more openness, because it's just like people's lives are at stake. Like, if you go into the hospital, a doctor should know that, like, if this is a trans woman who's gone through these surgeries, we need to just like treat her like, post-menopausal. Like, it's not even that complicated. It's like, but like they overcomplicate it because they keep trying to like guess, because the medical field is like, oh, you can't study this because we're gonna defund you. Or I don't want to get into the politics of it all, but like, it's scary is what I'm basically saying. It's really scary. But I think I'll be fine. I've already had my surgeries, so it's like I can stay in California. It's fine, whatever. And this will all blow over eventually. I really hope, because it's like, I shouldn't have to have any kind of identification that says male on it. Period. There's no reason for that. And my medical history, obviously, there's going to be a select few people who need to know my medical history, and those are doctors. Like, not random people. Okay, but at the same time, I'm an open book. It makes me feel safer. Which is weird, that I feel safer openly admitting, like openly being trans, even though I've had surgeries. it makes me feel a lot more safer, because then I know that I'm not like quote unquote leading people on, because that's when you start getting people who are like feel like they're in danger. But even those people, I have like a level of empathy like for those people, because those people are not bad people most of the time. They're just like, they're basing their beliefs on fear. They fear the unknown. They've seen a lot of stuff on social media. And they've never really met a trans person, most likely. And every time they have, it was probably somebody screaming about Donald Trump or something. Like the person that was my roommate for a short time in the psych ward. It was a very short time, but still, like, I think like people were shocked how calm I was. Like, hey, like, this person is shouting, like, I'm gonna get myself to safety if somebody's gonna like physically harm me, but like, this person is upset. It's just, maybe it's because I'm autistic and I understand that like not everything is as it seems. But a lot of people, when they see someone screaming and shouting, they fear for their life. I understand why, but it's not fair to the people who can't help themselves. Like, when I'm going through what I go through, it's because I've been backed into a corner for my entire life, and I've been trying to escape it. I've been trying to escape. Like, this is only tip of the iceberg. Like, this living situation, it's relatively not that bad because I have independence in my heart. But like, when I was younger, especially when I was underage, I did not have that independence in my heart. I did not have that freedom. And I have that mental freedom now. And so you can't cage somebody who can't be caged. Right? Like, so it's like, but I do feel caged. I'm like trying to spread my wings and go out into the world and succeed and create opportunities. And a lot of that is like, you know, I'm playing the game. That's going the way it should be. It's not even about whether it should be or shouldn't be. It is the way it is. But on top of that, you put a situation that I've been desperately trying to get out of for a very, very, very long time. Like, I've lived here for 10 years. In this specific location, in this room, for 10 years. But before that, I was still not doing too well. Like, I was in the homeless shelters, and then I was in a different trailer before then, the same exact situation, basically. And before that, I was living with, you know, with my mom, and I don't want to get too much into that. Like, the past, that's not where my life belongs. Like, my life belongs in the present and in the future. And I think the future is looking like better and better, even though sometimes I look at like what the future might hold, and I get terrified sometimes. Because sometimes I feel like no matter what I do, it's only going to get worse. But I don't know what the future holds. It could just as easily get better or stay the same. And I'm worried about if it stays the same. That's scary. That's almost as bad. I mean, it's not as bad as if it got worse, but like, it's pretty bad. But I know that like I have something inside of me, a strength that I can't quite pinpoint exactly what it is. But I have a strength inside of me that no matter what happens, for like whatever, as a content creator, as a performer, as an actress, as a model, like whatever, no matter what happens, if I rely on that strength, I will come out the other side stronger. I will end up at maybe not winning like the big giant like lottery of content creation, but like I will be able to make something work for myself, which is what I really want. You know, nobody can control whether they become rich and famous or whatever. I don't know if people want that. You know, I don't know if people like truly want that. Because they can't possibly know. How could you know something when you've never experienced it? And then once you've experienced it, it's too late. Like, once you become rich and famous, like especially like the fame, you might like lose your fame, but like you can't undo it. Like you're gonna be that forever. And it doesn't matter. I mean, I think like as far as like legacy or whatever, I think people need to get the fuck off their own ego and realize that you are an empty vessel and that you can always change. And in fact, you can change so much that people will never recognize you again. And I'm not even talking about like physically, like in appearance, but like honestly, like I am a person that my family doesn't recognize anymore. You know, in so many ways. Like physical appearance, like I have a female body now. Like that's completely different than what my family grew up with. They imagine me as like this like Adonis male that like worked out and had giant muscles. Maybe I could be like this female who has like muscles or whatever, but like they had this idea in their head of who I was, and when they look at me now, they don't see that person anymore. And I don't care what people like are gonna joke about or talk about, or the you will never be a real woman. That doesn't matter, because the real lived experience that I have is that people treat me differently now, like very differently, and they react different. Like you can see it. It's not even in anything they say or do. It's in the little teeny tiny subconscious tells in just like the daily interactions with people. But then I noticed like, hey, like I think it's time to separate from my family, because when I meet new people, they've never met the person my family created. They've only met me the me that I've created. And people really like that person. They just don't like, they're scared of that person when she starts screaming. And that's something that I can't really change because I'm autistic, but I can change if I can move out of here. And so I'm like trying to move out of here. I don't really know how. But here's the thing, is like, you like, people, when they know something in their head, like they know that this person is a transgender woman or something, it's going to influence every single action they have after that. But if you really look at like the undiluted information of your day-to-day interactions with people that have never met you, people who have never seen you before, people who don't know like what your gender identity is or anything like that, they're gonna treat you like they treat everybody else, and they treat me like a person, and like they treat me like a female. Like I get miss a lot. I get like, oh, excuse me, and they say, oh, that woman over there. Oh yeah, but she's doing that. Like there was even like I was crossing the street, and there was a freaking 5-year-old looked up and said, I want to look like her. I want to wear that dress she's wearing or whatever. It's like, dude, like this is not something that is like rocket science. Like just look at reality around you. When you get it into your head intellectually, like on the internet, like on Reddit, you're like already distorting reality. You think that you're being objective, but you're being a new kind of not problem, but like whenever you go into a subject with like an academic mind, you've already separated yourself from objective reality. You may have like created a more objective viewpoint, but you've created something that is like artificial. It's academic. Like you put your thinking cap on. You're thinking too much, which is not a problem. I think it's pretty interesting because we can have these discussions and learn things about existence. But day-to-day reality, like people look at me and I might not be like the most attractive woman all the time, but people see a woman. By and large, you know, like not every woman has big giant breasts. Not every woman is like super I mean, I'm kind of skinny, but I'm also kind of thick because I went through male puberty, so it kind of balances out, right? I don't know. I don't have the largest breasts, but there's women in my industry who have smaller breasts than me. There's women in my industry who have broader shoulders than I do. There's women in my industry with like less hair than I have on my head. There's women in my industry with like more quote unquote masculine facial features. There's women in my industry with more masculine hands. I need to stop making excuses. Okay? Like, all objective reality, I'm doing great. And I have a lot going for me. And I have a potential of a 40-year plus long career ahead of me in the MILF category. And then I could possibly do the granny category, okay? Like, come on. It depends on where I am in 40 years. But hey, I can milk that MILF category for a long time. Long fucking time. It's not going anywhere. But I don't want to be complacent, but I should be. If that makes any sense. I can't feel complacent until I'm able to have money in my bank account that is stable enough for me to be able to say that I think I'm going to be okay. I don't know what that number is, and it takes time, and I don't see it happening at this exact moment, so it's really hard to feel complacent, but that's good. I shouldn't feel complacent. I should feel ready, and I should feel like once things get to a certain place, I know I will be complacent. In a way that I should be, not in a way that like is gonna hurt me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass. Like, hey, like I don't feel the need to like start every stream. Like, I don't have the capabilities right at this moment to like put on a full like image, and I don't really have the audience for that anyway. So like, what does it matter for Twitch? It doesn't matter for Twitch, but like for my other content, it's actually like you're not supposed to wear makeup. It's actually like better if you don't. And you know, maybe I can put on a light amount of makeup eventually, but like you're like, I kind of found something that works for me. And I have a gift, and I need to, that's basically like the only reason I'm bringing it up is because about that, like that main topic is that no matter who you are, there's something about you that if you, once you find it, you need to like recognize its power in your life. That like once you find it, like it's going to show itself to you, and people are not going to see it. Most likely people are going to think you're delusional. But I see it, and knowing the information I know, I am proceeding to the best of my capability, knowing that information. Now, other people don't know that information. Other people don't believe it. Other people don't see it. But like my biggest fans see it, and they show up and they throw money at me. That's got to mean something, right? It's got to mean something, right? You know, money isn't always like the best, like, for like information, because money is just money. It can mean anything. But at the same time, if I'm getting money in my bank account, there's something I'm doing right. You got to admit that. And I accept it. I know that it's not where it needs to be. And I know that it's not like guaranteed. But it's guaranteed if I do the work required. It's guaranteed if I get the right people to support me. It's guaranteed if I do the right things. And then nothing's guaranteed forever, but at the same time, once my bank account's at a certain place, and I've given myself enough opportunities to make more money, I trust myself to be able to be strong enough to capitalize on those. And so that's kind of where I am and where I've been for a while. Why I'm so confident. Because I have information a lot of people might not have. Because not everybody sees the whole picture. And I do, for the most part. But of course, most people are just going to see me streaming on Twitch or YouTube, playing World of Warcraft or something, and they're going to immediately just think I'm a loser. Good. Good. Those people don't see like what's really going on. There's something deeper, and I'm able to see things that other people can't. Because a lot of times people see things and they think everything is set in stone. A lot of times people see something and they assume a lot of things about the person, or they assume they know what they're talking about, and they don't. So how is that person any less delusional than me? If you really think about it, if you want to say I'm delusional, well, what if the person calling me delusional is delusional? So it can go both ways, right? Like, I don't really know. I just have to get up each day and stay alive. Because I know that, like, even though today might not be the day that things work out for me, because, you know, and even like the next 100 days might not be the day that works out for me. But I know that I'm on a path. And if I navigate it correctly, I think I will come out the other end stronger and much more capable of fending for myself. Because life is about survival in the end. Like, life is 100% survival. I'm surviving. I'm still here. In fact, like, you know, just I got like several surgeries that a lot of people don't get to have. I earned them. I strengthened my body to be able to go through them without complications. And like I said, there are psychological changes. Like if you change your face, which is one of the surgeries I had, when I saw my nose, it was a really weird feeling. When they took off the thing, I looked at at the mirror, and I was like, it was not the feeling I anticipated. I thought I was gonna be like really like happy about it, excited about it. I am happy about it, but like when I first saw my face after they took off the nose splint, I looked at my nose and I was like I was looking at a stranger. And even today I look at myself and I'm like, whoa, like that's me. Huh. Like that's me. In the screen right there, an OBS preview. That's me. I look different than I used to. I'm actually that person. There's like a psychological change inside of you. When you see a person in the mirror or on the camera, and that person isn't who you grew accustomed to for 30 plus years. And obviously, let's like subtract like my first puberty, because your body goes through changes through your first puberty. But then I went through changes in my second puberty, which included surgeries. And now I see a new person. That's my new normal. That changes things in your psychology. Like, it can really fuck you up in the head. Luckily, like, I didn't have like an insanely drastic change. Like, I don't look like I'm not black. That would be an insane change. I should be canceled if that was the case. Like, that's like, I don't even want to get into that. Not going blackface. Okay, like, we're not doing that. But at the same time, like, that would be a huge change. Like, I didn't really do a huge change. The doctor didn't really do too much. Just kind of made some adjustments. Almost like it's almost like, just like the smallest adjustments that like do add up to like a different face, but it's not so different that like people wouldn't like wait a minute, you look a little different, but like they recognize it's me. But do they? I don't really know. I can't know. I will never know. And so like worrying about that kind of stuff, you know, I'm not super like self-conscious about my appearance. I know it's like kind of odd. Like, like the woman who is transgender who went through body changing surgeries is not concerned with her appearance. I know that sounds weird, but it's because I made those changes. Now that I made those changes, I'm pretty good. Like, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, yeah, this is how it should have been. All along. Moving on. Like, that's basically what's going on with me. It's like, hey, I got my surgeries. It's been a year since my bottom surgery down below. That's been really exciting. It's also been a psychological change. And there's a lot of things that I can't really talk about on stream. But what I can talk about is that it's fundamentally changed my personality. And I need to accept that. That was like kind of the point. Because I didn't like who I was with that body configuration. And I could have like, you know, become like one of those like crazy monks that like climbs mountains every day and like meditates for 13 hours a day to overcome those feelings. Or I just like gave into it and just took estrogen and got surgeries. That was the mountain I climbed. And I climbed that mountain. I climbed it. I climbed the mountain. Instead of saying, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? I just did it. I'm like, fuck it. It's too... I've lived on this planet for too long to care. And I'm like, let's just do it. And to hell with whatever happens next. I'm gonna do it because it's what needs to happen. And whatever happens, like any kind of social fallout, any kind of like loss of friendships or anything like that, that's just what fate has in store, if you believe in fate or whatever. In order to do these things, I had to accept the responsibilities that came with it. And that was part of it. But at the same time, it might not be as bad as I think it is. Like, it might be like just perfectly fine. Like, this might not be any different experience than like literally any other person coming into themselves. So it's like I try not to make myself feel so special, because I'm really not. I just did some special things, like surgeries that almost nobody gets, even the people who aim for it. They're really hard to get. They're really hard to get. I don't want anybody ever thinking that these surgeries were easy. Okay, they were not. And that's just getting to the surgery. But once the surgery happens, then there's a physical reality that you have to deal with that I don't think I was prepared for. But I did it anyway, because I have to. At that point, like, right, like once you agree to the surgery, you go through the surgery, and then whatever happens, you've already agreed to, and you can't avoid it. If you want to stay alive, you have to go through it, and I did it. I did it, and I'm still going through some stuff. But it's psychological mostly, and yeah, there's some physical realities long term, but those are just whatever, like whatever. It's not a big deal. And I don't think I'm the ugliest chick on the planet. In fact, a lot of people consider me to be very attractive. But it's hard for me to accept that because I have nothing but myself to compare myself to. So how am I supposed to feel attractive just because other people told me I am? I gotta be careful, I'm not really wearing a bra. Well, I am, but I'm not. It's not like a real bra. I can't, like, lift my arm too much. I'll show you a side boob. I think I'm covered. I'm pretty sure. But, you know, I don't know. It's just, I'm starting to really like who I am. I feel really cozy. I feel like, you know, like, I do have some, like, I think I need to get some, like deep tissue massage. Like my shoulders and back is like so messed up. Do some extra workouts. I'll get there, don't worry. I'm in a really weird state of existence right now. Like I said, like there's a lot of psychological changes that happen when you change your body fundamentally, that I'm dealing with, that, you know, maybe it's making me crazy, quote unquote. Maybe I made myself crazy. Maybe that's what happened. In order to be female, I had to be a crazy woman. I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I don't think it works like that. But I do feel like, you know, it is weird for people my age to be, like, to exercise and to eat kale. And, like, yeah, I eat junk food sometimes, like, the past couple days. Like, well, this isn't really junk food. It's made with quinoa, chia, and maca. I don't even know what that is. I don't think it's healthy. But it's healthier. Yeah, maca flour, pure red carrot, quinoa seeds, and chia seeds with blue corn. I mean, it's not like the healthiest, but it's like not unhealthy. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it's healthy, but it's not unhealthy. But you know, like, people my age, on average, do not do any of that. Like, do not exercise, do not, like, listen to their doctor. And, you know, I had to in order to get through all these surgeries. Like, I had to. It wasn't a question. It was like, I had to become, basically, like an athlete. Like, maybe not necessarily, but like very, very, very healthy. And now I'm kind of like a little unhealthy comparatively. Like to where I was like the month leading up to the surgery. That was like the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. And I can get back to that, but there's really, I need to like not drive myself into the ground. So there's got to be like a little bit of a lighter touch to my like workout regimen than what I was doing leading up to surgery. Because leading up to surgery, I was like, this is it. This is my moment. This is life and death. Like, either this happens or my surgery won't happen. And I basically cured diabetes. I basically cured diabetes in order to get the surgery. And then now it's over, and it's like I'm trying to like get away from the surgery now. It shouldn't be like my entire identity, right? Like, I shouldn't have to exist as this trans woman who went through surgery. Like, that should not be my existence. I should be more than that, shouldn't I? I think so. And, you know, some people are like, you know, maybe I am just like a vapid, like empty-headed, you know, hot piece of ass. Maybe that's all I am. And maybe that's okay. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. I get to have like a really rich personal life, a really rich inner world, but like the way the world will see me is only as a piece of ass. But like, hey, let's be real. Was that ever going to be different even if I lived as a man? I was a hot piece of ass as a dude. Okay, I just didn't feel like a hot piece of ass. Now I do. That's the difference. That's the only thing that's changed, really. Is now I actually look at myself, and yeah, I do have like insecurities, but at the same time, like, I can look at myself and like feel good about myself. And sexy. Like, I feel sexy. Like, I didn't feel sexy ever before. Like, ever. And it's like, that's how you know it's gender dysphoria. Like, if everybody likes the way you look, And it's like I tried to like look like you just have to switch categories, like switch from male to female. And it's like, oh, it wasn't so good. It could have worked in the male category, but if I just switch my body to match the female category more, things start to work out. Maybe they're not as good as they could have been because, you know, now I have this controversy of being a trans woman. And I'm never going to quite look the same way I would have if I was assigned female at birth. But then again, I also don't have to get pregnant. And I don't get periods. So, like, I also don't know the kind of woman I would have been if I was assigned female at birth. I may have been someone completely unrecognizable. We don't know. We will never know. Unless time travel, like, alternate universe, like, I could, like, spy on different universes. Like a universe where things were slightly different at birth and like one little marker in my genetics was changed and like I was assigned female at birth instead, which, considering how androgynous and the, I don't even want to get into the family history of hormone imbalances. The fact that I'm diabetic, like, that's a hormone imbalance. Like, I'm pretty sure I was born with genetic imbalances. I mean, I'm autistic, so there's something going on. Like, something going on with genetics on my mom's side, I'm pretty sure. Possibly made me autistic and possibly made me a trans woman. Like, maybe there's a reason. I don't really need to justify it, but maybe I was meant to be born female. Like, maybe that actually physically happened. Like, maybe there was a switch at the last second in the womb and it made me a male, and that's what happened. And then, you know, like, I wasn't considered to be very, like, masculine. I was considered very attractive, but I was androgynous. So, like, when I switched to female, I'm still kind of androgynous. Like, I don't feel like, I mean, everybody has, like, a body type and a personality type and, like, a physical appearance type. And, like, I don't look, like, super crazy feminine. And I never looked super crazy masculine either. I just looked like somewhere in the middle. And I think, like, that's a good space to be for me. I mean, it because I have no choice. But also, like, I feel like I could play into that and just accept it. That I am just, like, a more androgynous female. And, like, that's okay. In fact, it's actually kind of attractive. Anything can be attractive, right? Anything can be. Like, the way someone drinks their coffee can be attractive. Do you like? I have this understanding from, like, hypervigilance and, like, picking up on people's appearances that if I talk about them, it makes me sound like a crazy person. But, like, I think about these things whether I want to or not. When I see people, I see details that if I pointed them out, it would be really rude and, like, very overly concerned over appearance. But that's just because I'm autistic and my brain picks out these things. I notice things about my appearance that most people would probably never notice. Unless they were also hypervigilant. Like, people on the internet obviously are going to pick up things about me that I don't really notice. So it kind of keeps me honest, honestly. But that doesn't mean every single Tom, Dick, and Harry who has a account that can comment on my YouTube or my Twitch channel knows what the fuck they're talking about. But I do keep a lookout to keep myself honest. You don't need to worry about me going, like, completely egocentric. Like, I don't believe an echo chamber has the same effect on me that it might on other people. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe an echo chamber would turn me into an egocentric monster. But maybe that's what I need to be. And maybe there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe that's just who I am. And not everybody is going to like who I am. In fact, some people are really going to like it. Some people are really going to hate it. But, like, I can't keep changing to appease other people. If I am a cold-hearted bitch, then I need to accept that that's who I am and not care about it. I'm a cold-hearted bitch. Deal with it. And it's not because I'm a bad person. That's the important part. It's because I'm just autistic. And it's easier for me to be emotionally detached. And I know that when it truly matters, I know when to stop talking. I know when to listen. Or like, I'm always listening, but there's like a quote unquote, you're not listening. And I need to basically put on a mask that makes me look like I'm listening, which ironically makes it harder for me to listen, but it makes the other person feel like I'm listening. I don't even want to psychoanalyze that, but it's harder for me to listen when I stop talking. I don't know how to explain it. It's just true. Because when I'm focusing on not talking, I'm not listening to the person. But like when I'm like there and I'm like truly like listening to someone, I've trained myself to like, you know, not interrupt as much, which is an interesting kind of development that happened when I started taking estrogen. Is there just something about testosterone that makes people want to interrupt people? Because I noticed that like that's a really like unattractive thing that some men do. They're always interrupting people while they're talking. And I have friends like this, and I love my friends, but like it is an undesirable character trait. It's like, hey, like it's not like it's like their fault. Cause I do it too, but like I do it way less now. I'm like more like, like I do a lot more smiling and nodding. It's like ironically, like I basically, in order to retrain myself with my masking in like social situations as an autistic person, I had to just completely throw away like living as a male and then just start living as a female. And it made things easier internally for me. So it's also like, it's so good. Like you could say it's because I'm autistic, you could say it's because I'm trans, because there's gender dysphoria, because of whatever birth defects that may have changed my body chemistry at birth. You could say any of that. Like maybe maybe I was actually like just intersex. It's possible they actually like changed my genitals, but no, they would have found something, right? Who knows? I don't know. I don't think I've done a chromosome test. Possibly have 3 chromosomes. Who knows? Probably not. Pretty sure I'm just like straight up like assigned male at birth, and I just happen to have some genetic differences that made me more androgynous. But I don't necessarily want to like really, there's no point in psychoanalyzing or just heavily analyzing things that don't really matter. Because in the end of the day, I am who I am, regardless of who I was. And who I am now, it's pretty awesome, I would say. People tend to really like me. And they like, you know, they like my appearance. But I think they like my appearance because they associate my appearance with contentness and like pleasantness. So they don't see any inner turmoil in my head anymore. And I think that's like a big deal. Because like now I'm dealing with problems and I'm not seeing them as internal problems anymore. I'm seeing them as external problems. And external problems might be very bad sometimes, but external problems can be solved one way or the other most of the time. I'm pretty sure I can solve eventually. I think I eventually can solve this problem of my living situation. All I need is some money in my bank account. How I do that is up to me. And I'm a little scared because I feel like I'm not doing enough. But apparently I am. Apparently I'm doing more than enough. So maybe it's just a fucked up situation that has nothing to do with me. And the cool thing is since the surgery, I feel that now. I actually believe that now. Which is, it's if nothing else, I would say, like, it was worth it. Just for that. Just for knowing that, like, hey, there's a path forward. I don't have to be stuck in this body. I don't have to, and now that I'm, you know, now that I'm here, it's like, now I have the normal problems. Like, okay, I don't want to get fat. Like, I don't want to let myself go. You know, But you know, these are normal things people talk about. I guess. So what were we doing? We were in Badlands and questing. Okay. Okay, gaming mode. Either it's the more boring section of the video or the more exciting section of the video, depending on who you are. To me, it's like the more boring section of the video because I'm the one making it. Semble. I guess that person questing solo. I guess I could do the same. I don't want to risk using one of my elixir giants. Save those for the dungeon. I also forgot to get more arrows. 156 is a lot. That's only 156 pulls. Which I don't always have to pull with bow and arrow, but still. Yeah, I don't know. Things fluctuate. It's just part of life. The way I feel about myself, the way I feel about my situation, like that changes. And like, but I need to like keep that constant of like, hey, things are going really well. Never forget that. Because when things start feeling like they hit the fan, it's not necessarily true. For me, because that's how I operate. I need to recognize my nature, not to like stop it but to like recognize it. They're like, hey, my nature is going to be like, what am I doing wrong? How can that can be a good thing. Like that can be a really good thing because it helps me problem solve. But I don't need to always be problem solving. Like I don't always need to be grinding away at problems. Because that can start to hurt me, and that becomes the problem. Start over-analyzing everything, overthinking, and then I ironically make it into a problem. And that's usually when I get like problems in real life, like shouting in public and being hospitalized. Social suicide. Like the social suicide, it's really hard to explain. I don't use that word lightly. It really is bad. Like, it is bad. It could ruin my entire life if I go around and talk about private details that people are not going to understand. And even if they did, it's like if they saw the whole picture, they would... There's no reason to hurt myself. And everybody has, like, things in their past that they don't want, you know, publicized. And there's things that it's like... It's really just... I think people see who they see now. And I think people, like, reasonable people, are gonna understand. But at the same time, that doesn't mean I have to always be bringing up every single fucking detail in my life for the past 37 years. Every single time I meet someone. I can just say hello and just have shared interests. I don't have to, like... For some reason, maybe it's an autistic thing, but there's like this info dumping problem. Where it's like, I feel like when I get to know someone that I have to completely tell them my entire life story. But that's really, like, sometimes it could be very endearing. Sometimes it's like, people are like it's really refreshing meeting someone like you. The vast majority of, like, encounters I have, people are, like, intrigued. Like, most people approach a situation or a person with curiosity and an open mind. But I don't see it that way because I'm biased, because I'm the one who knows all my worst traits. I know all my flaws. It's not a fair fight. And I know it's like pirate software where there's a clip of him saying that. Basically, and it's true. It's true. We are vastly more aware of our own flaws than other people are. Because most people, I don't want to, you know, like, upset anyone, but most people are way more focused on their own lives than they are around other people's, especially random strangers. And you can think of it as a bad thing, but just think of it from your point of view. Like, if you're out in the world living your life, most likely you're not, like, psychoanalyzing every single person you meet. Most likely you're just paying attention to what they're saying, and you see good things about them. Like, you say, like, oh, this person has a bright smile. This person's eyes are full of knowledge and life. Like, you see good things most of the time because you're actually seeing the more objective reality. The more objective reality is that you are who you are in this moment. And people don't see your flaws. People don't see your past. And if they do, there's something wrong with them. Because they actually don't know you, and they don't know your past. And they might know, like, superficial, like, traits about you, or facts. But facts don't equal truth. And I know it's hard for people to get that. But I'm going to break it down a little bit. It's because you can know all the facts, but, like, you could say, like, oh, this person broke the law. This person disobeyed a police officer. But what if the police officer was targeting that person and harassing that person and got away with it by hiding it somehow? Like, that could be the case. I'm not saying that that's always the case. I'm just saying, in this specific scenario I'm giving, do these guys drop a quest item that starts a quest? Crystal in the mountains? You started playing this week? Any tips? Just keep moving forward. Keep questing. You know, take time to get your mount however you want. I chose to do, because I'm a warrior and I can easily tank smaller, lower level groups, I did a whole bunch of stockades for like level 20 to 30s. And I helped people get their gear and their XP and their quests. So I felt good about it. I probably could have made more gold and I probably could have leveled up faster if I just kept questing. But I decided like it was more fun for me to just stay in Stormwind and just help out lower levels. And I'm done doing that for now, because I'm like, I got my mount, I got my dual spec. Wait, did I okay, I have 31 and 1. Okay, yeah, so I have 32 total. Okay. Basically just there's a website called Wowhead that has a lot of guides. I think they might even have a new player guide. Let's check it out. So they have guides. They have season of discovery guides, but you want to look at regular classic. I would say play the class that you want to play. Do you want to play a DPS? Do you want to play a tank? Or do you want to play a healer? Ultimately. And you might have to experiment and play everything. Rogue is pretty good start if you've never played anything before in WoW. I would say it's a pretty good start. I think it has a good balance of like interesting mechanics. And you don't have to worry too much in groups. You just do damage. As long as you don't like completely screw things up. You can unlock treasure chests that are locked. You can unlock locked items. Like here's a Rogue DPS beginner guide. You know, like, but you could do this for anything. Like there's a guide for every class here. So no matter what you want to play, just play what you want to play. Don't let anybody else decide what you want to play. But once you've decided what you play, commit to it. That's my biggest tip for WoW. Don't listen to any of the motherfuckers out there that are going to tell you that you can't play a certain class. Now, if you play that class, though, you need to know that you're locked in and you need to play it the way that, you know, like, it's a solved game. There's guides. Okay, like you have to have certain talent tree builds. But at level 40, you can unlock a dual spec, so you can have 2 different builds for different situations. And you need to understand what your class's capabilities are. That's your responsibility. But don't ever listen to anybody who says like, oh, you can't play like you shouldn't play human if you're gonna be playing warrior. You should play a dwarf or whatever. There's going to be people like that. Screw that kind of advice. Those are people who are super sweaty, and yeah, they might be right. Because, like, yeah, dwarves get, like, a racial ability that is, like, better for warrior. Whatever. But then again, Draenei doesn't get released until the Burning Crusade, and I think Draenei is the best warrior. Because it gives you just a flat-out, I think, 3% racial critical bonus. Plus, you get a racial ability called Gift of the Naru. Oh shit, that's level 50. Fuck. Okay, I need to focus here a little bit. I need a hamstring and then run. Just run. Okay. Jesus Christ. Learn how macros work. Like macros allow you to do things that are like more than just using the ability, because like stuff like warrior, for example, you need to switch stances. You have battle stance, you have defensive stance, and you have berserker stance, and each of these stances have different unlock different abilities. And so you have to know which one is which. So if you want to, you need to make a macro for a spell like whirlwind, that requires you to be in berserker stance. So then you make a macro that puts you in berserker stance, and then it casts it. So that's just like, the tip of the iceberg with things that you need to know. But you can learn all about it in Wowhead. I think wowhead.com. And then I'm playing classic WoW, but you could be playing retail, or you could be playing Season of Discovery, which is technically classic WoW, or you could be playing Cataclysm, or is it Pandaria yet? Pandaria. I don't know. Yeah, you could be playing Cataclysm. Cataclysm has its own differences. Every patch is different, but I'm playing Classic, and I'm playing Vanilla Classic, which is going to be the Burning Crusade this fall. So the Burning Crusade is the first expansion that ever released in the game, like 19 years ago or something like that. The game came out like 20 years ago. So this is new to me, but there's people who've been playing this game for 20 years. They want to play Season of Discovery because they've already played all this, and they're not really interested. But for a player like me, or someone who's brand new like you, Tom Piper, if you just started playing, don't listen to all the haters, okay? There's people who've been playing the game for 20 years. They're gonna think about the game very differently than someone like you or me. Enjoy the game. Play what you want to play. Role play as your character if that's what you enjoy doing. Don't let anybody decide your WoW experience, because it's you. You're the one who's playing the game. You're the one who's deciding what to do, and you're the one learning. And however you learn, hopefully you learn how to play the right way, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm probably not playing very professionally, but I aim to be a very good warrior. And I'm only level 41. There's a lot more gameplay left. And so I know I'm humble enough to know that I am not very good, but I also am on the path towards playing possibly as, I might be a PvP star. Who knows? I might be Warlord. Number one warrior in the world in PvP. Or the number one PvE raid leader. I might be the number one raid leader in the entire world. I don't know that, because I haven't gotten there. So it's that's how I play, because I try to always do better. But you could just play casually and not really care, experiment. I think as a warrior tank, it's pretty much set in stone what my path forward is. So I just have to follow the path. And it's fun, even though it's there's no room for much experimentation. But it's all experimentation for me. It's just not for other people. For other people who've been playing the game for 20 years, this has all been done. But for me, this is all brand new. And I shouldn't care about other people. I should care about me and my experience. And I'm enjoying the game. It feels like a part of my life now. It feels like a part of my day. And it doesn't have to take over my life, because it's so easy especially with video games, it's so easy to let something take over your life. I don't need to fight the coyotes anymore. I need the buzzards. The buzzard gizzards. And I need to find Agmund. Agmond. Yeah, I'm doing okay though. I'm enjoying it. It is repetitive, but that's kind of why I like it. It's very relaxing. I know what to expect when I play the game, even though I don't know what to expect. Literally, like, I know, like, in general, like, what is possible and what is not possible. I grew up with Final Fantasy 11. I'm not really a heavy MMO player, but I tried out a lot of different MMOs. And I've settled on World of Warcraft as right now being like the most entertaining game that I'm playing right now. I'm not really playing any other games. I might start playing Magic the Gathering Arena again. Because a friend of mine plays Magic, and he started playing Magic the Gathering Arena. Okay, now I need to kill the bone snappers and stuff. But I think I'm actually gonna do... Yeah, I'm a little bit low level for these. And those patrols over there. Switch. Keep forgetting I have a mount now. So I have a horsey. Look at my pretty horsey. Isn't she pretty? I don't really care what other people think about me or what other people's like idea of like, oh, like you think you're attractive, you're not. Well, look at yourself in the mirror, buddy. Like, Jesus Christ. Why are you coming after me? I doubt you're any better if you're coming after me and like complaining about my appearance. I doubt you're much better, and I don't care how attractive you are. So these are a little bit higher level, huh? I don't think I can do these alone. Let's try to take one. I might be able to use it with my 30-minute ability, my retaliation. Yeah, I can definitely do it with retaliation. So every 30 minutes I can kill one. I need 5 shards. But they actually might not be as difficult to kill as I realize. I mean, I did have retaliation on, but I think they might have low health. I might be able to burst them down. But I want to test it. I have to make sure I get this before one of the mages gets it. Mages are heavy farming. Pull this away from the general area for respawns. Yeah, I mean, I think these are actually pretty soloable, even though they're higher level. I already got it down to 30%, and I'm not almost dead. Yeah, I think they have low HP or something. Only 1981 HP. They have, like... For rock elementals, they seem to take heavy damage. Oh, shit. Yeah, the level 60... That's one good thing about level 60 mages camping here. Watch out for Horde coming in. Oh, the mage went into another layer. I gotta watch out for that rogue.
things left to wrap up, though. The bean counters told me we literally could not afford to buy $7 worth of moon rocks, much less 70 million. Bought them anyway. Ground them up, mixed them into a gel. Guess what? Ground up moon rocks are pure poison.
Yeah, I can definitely solo them.
I am deathly ill.
Just one at a time, though. And I have to be full health. And you know what? I'm gonna use one of my Elixir of Giants. Even though there's a troll right there. Fuck. Did I just waste a gold? These cost a gold each.
When life gives you lemons,
Strength plus 25 though is way too much to overlook. Fuck.
make life
Layer
take the lemons
2.
back. Get mad! I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's jump layers.
Demand to see life's manager.
Okay, there we go.
Make life rue the day.
Okay, good. There's a gnome. Okay, good. There's alliance here.
Do you know who
Good.
I am?
Good.
I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down.
Now the phasing is like a newer thing for the anniversary servers
I'm gonna get
and for like Season of Discovery.
to invent a combustible lemon
Hey, you.
that burns your house
Hi.
with the lemons. With the lemons. With the lemons.
Mental Earth.
With the lemons.
Oops, caps. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten Elemental Earth. Yeah, it's 5 gold each. Yeah, no, these... There's a reason why level 60s are farming these. I need the quest.
Carolyn, please bring me more pain pills.
Yeah, I don't think people generally like teaming up. I don't know what it is. It's like people would rather. I think like the normal thing to do is like, if I get the drop, I sell it to him. I think that's like the culture here. It's very different than what I'm used to, which is like more like you ask people to team up with you. Oh shit, there's a... No, I do for fun. I think they're immune to battle shout or thunderclap. I mean. Demo shout, they're not immune to that. Go, there's another shard. Should probably put this down here. I don't want to accidentally click on my potion. 2-minute cooldown, and then I only have 3 of them. Oh, I forgot to resharpen my axe. Oh shit. Oh shit, it's undead. Yeah, make sure I use Berserker Rage to get extra rage. What's up? I'm a girl. Actually, I'm a woman. I'm 37 years old, but I don't know. I feel like people use words like girl or woman really loosely. I don't think people are gonna confuse my age. All right, 4 out of 5. I can solo these level 42 mobs. They're actually like, they can drop some really expensive items, but I haven't gotten any of. Apparently, people are farming them for elemental earth, which are 5 gold each on the auction house. What the fuck? I can make so much gold here, and I'm getting XP. Like, I could literally farm here for the rest of my level 40s. I would make so much gold. What the fuck? I just have to deal with PvP, but I could layer. Which is a strategy that used to not exist. So it is kind of a blend of the new and the old, because layering is like a real thing. And I think having one real like North American server for PvP with layers is probably going to be way better in the long run than like having like 25,000 servers with like 10 people on each of them. Why am I not mailing? What the fuck? Am I missing? What the fuck is going on? Jesus Christ, that one did not want to die. It almost killed me. Oh fuck. Okay, fuck. Get away! Phew. I don't think I layered. I don't think you can layer if you're engaged with a monster. You have to get married first. I'm playing on Nightslayer. In some totopos. It's like blue corn chips with quinoa, chia, and maca. I don't really know exactly what that is. Sounds like not unhealthy. I don't know if it's healthy. What happened? Did my game crash? I've been disconnected. The hell was that? What the hell? What's with my health? Dodging? Come on, buddy. Phew. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How did that happen? I have no idea what's going on. You have a mage level 44 in EU? Well, I'm not in the EU. I don't know what the name of the realm is in the EU. I'm in Nightslayer. It's the North American realm. On the anniversary servers. Okay, there's a gnome here. You don't have to worry so much about PvP, but it does mean slimmer pickings. That's okay, because I can only kill one at a time. So it's actually kind of better that there's a level 60 here. Yeah, the Burning Crusade soon. How soon is it? I thought it wasn't until November. That's not very soon. Missa Pandaria is in the summer, is what they said. Ooh. Oh, never mind. That wasn't what I was looking. There's a 5 gold item drop. But I'm also questing. I'm almost level 42. I get another talent. Get 5 sunders as soon as possible. These guys can kill me if I miss or dodge. Every hit needs to count. Maybe even like I threw a heroic strike in there. To get like a little extra boost to damage. Yeah, I don't think the Burning Crusade's till November. Oh, well, you know, you're welcome to chill. It's kind of just like a random chill stream. I'm not... Oh, shit. Fuck. There we go. Eating the food. Come on, one more hit. Jesus Christ. Almost killed me because I can't get it below 20% to do an execute. It's like so dangerous. Almost losing my elixir of giants. These are like a gold each. I forgot to eat my stamina food. Oh, an extra spirit too. Was it immune to fiery? Or is it just resistant? Oh, fuck. Nice, and I leveled. I got full health. That's one way to deal with it. Do intimidating shout. Give them fear. Get some extra stats, get an extra crit bonus. Oh shit, I got one! That's 5 gold right there. Already lucrative. I've already gotten almost 6 gold. Elemental Earth is 5 gold and 75 silver on the auction house. We are treating this like gold, because it is. I need to, I mean, I'm probably gonna have to leave. Let's finish this. Oh, I already finished the quest. Okay, I can probably hearth. Or this portion of the quest, because I need the buzzard gizzards. Turn in that quest and then Hearthstone. Carried my execute twice? Come on. Okay, we need to get out of here. I am not quite ready to farm these. I should probably hearth soon anyway, because Onyxia resets. I only need 3 more buzzards. Buzzard gizzards. Mirage, it's just a mirage. 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 A mirage. A mirage. 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 It's just a mirage. Okay? Meh. Take down the patriarch first. I'm gonna take down the patriarchy, chat. One saber-toothed tiger thing at a time. Yay! Only 2 more.
This is very fun. I hope you will like it. You drink? I never drink. Why?
Alright, 1 more. Probably just follow this ridge over here. This like weird portmanteau, or whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's a portmanteau. I just like that word. I think it's not even pronounced that way. It's like portmanteau. I don't know. There we go. And where is the quest? Oh, it's in Lockwood Inn. So let's just Hearthstone, because we're gonna come back anyway. Let's look at our haul. Let's just repair. Okay, still trash. Yeah, gotta filter out a lot of these things. Yeah, I'm gonna sell all of these on the auction house. Yeah, they're just gonna sell all these on the auction house. Whoops. Four ribs? You trying to tell me you don't know what Chinese spare ribs are? Chinese spare ribs? That's a Bruce Lee movie. Don't cancel me. Okay, let's just throw it up all in the auction house. Fuck it. We got some gold coming in from Elemental Earth. Eventually we're just gonna farm a shit ton of those. Oh, is it used for elemental sharpening? Like, what is Elemental Earth used for? Let's look it up. Let's post all this stuff first. I'm actually going to be logging out and ending the stream, but let's look it up first. Okay. Contained and gathered from, mined from Regent 4. Here we go. It's for, oh, this must be for skilling up. Increase healing. Oh no, this is a good silk belt. It's for receiving healing and spirit for level 34-ish. Oh no, for elemental mastery. Never mind. For mastering the elements. Yeah, it's for a quest line. For shaman. Okay. Oh, well, that's for shaman. That doesn't explain the... Yeah, the Badlands is the best. But like, what is it for? Oh god, let's look it up on Perplexity. Wow, classic. Why do people farm? Elemental Earth. Essential ingredient for a key consumable. Oh, for a greater nature protection potion. But then how come it doesn't say it's a regent for all those? It says it's a regent for, oh, for 18 different things. What? Oh, no, for all seasons and, I was looking at season discovery. Duh. Okay. So it's for a lesser elemental slayer, elemental sharpening stone, which is a big one. Okay, so it's for a lot of things. I think probably the biggest one is going to be greater nature protection potions. But probably for a specific boss. Make a robe of power out of it. Yeah, mostly I think it's for the consumes. Elemental sharpening stones, definitely. Enchant weapon, definitely. That's like for very specific... Like, you need to get a good weapon specifically for farming this. If you want to be like that meta. Where you have a second weapon that you switch, like as a warrior especially. I'm gonna have a second weapon specifically for farming elementals. 6 additional damage against elementals. Well, I could get greater. Oh, that's only for lesser elemental slayer. But nature protection potion, like that is a big deal. Absorbs 1950 to 3250 nature damage. Like against something that does nature damage, this is huge. This is huge. So that's what it's for, really. And also, you know, for the, you know, extra crit from elemental sharpening stone. And which is, I guess, better than sharpening stone, than dense sharpening stone, which does sharpen like damage plus 8. I guess adding 3% crit scale or 2% crit scales better, especially for warrior when you've already like put a lot of talents into crit bonus and a lot of set, you know, crit bonus into your gear set. So I can see that. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm gonna head out. Let's just get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. Skedaddle. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed enjoyed the random stream. Just kind of like filling out time on a Thursday. Getting ready for the weekend. I got, you know, busy stuff to do all weekend. It's not sweat, this is a stain. It's not a sweat stain. I swear. Oh, I get this like cramp lately, like need to like do some exercises to reduce cramping and all that. Yeah, things are gonna be going good for me. I just need to like stay the course and not I need to chill the fuck out. Stop freaking out. Really like the big thing, because like I'm freaking out about nothing most of the time. And I don't know. Bye bye.